Is that down? What's going on? Just listen for a minute if you got the time. Who's making moves? Losing in the view. Don't snooze on my review. Just listen for a minute if you got the time. Hello. This is Look Hughes talking, and I am Hugh Izzy, your host. Take a journey with me. Take a listen. Your ears will thank you, and so will I.
Of course I will. I always will thank you. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. This is a short one. Yesterday was a pretty good day as far as a songwriter. I was able to celebrate a small victory. I've always been one, and I've been skeptical of a lot of things, so I'm quick to discount or I don't know. I don't always give contests their just due. There's a lot of good contests out there, but I tend to believe, or I've always believed, that most of them are a popularity contest, and they have other people enter so that they can pay to pay the people that they already want to pay. I kind of believe the winners are already decided, and hey, well, we need prize money, so we need other people to actually enter. So, the interesting thing is I've been wanting to enter a contest, this writing contest, because that is really what I do for years. I've been putting it off, making excuses, and it would have been just easily to enter and just find out and then move on. Well, this year, again, I missed the deadline to enter the contest, which, I conveniently did that. It wasn't like it was an accident. I just kind of, that way it was put out of my mind. Well, the amazing thing is that I got an email that I actually caught that stated, hey, here's this last chance to enter our music contest. Which, that raised a flag for me. Because, here at the last minute, it just made me think, like, what's the deal? Are they just looking for extra entrants? What's really going on? So I don't know. I just wasn't really behind it. I would always, I would make excuses and say, well, yeah, that's why it's really not going to work for me, etc., etc. But anyway, I decided that I was going to change how I did things. And one of the things is that I was going to do is, rather than discount something I want to do, if it's within my means to do it and I want to do it, I'm going to do it. So I wanted to enter the contest just to at least have some sort of validation as to my craft, something that I've been complimented on, something that I have done for years, and actually have I've garnered some business and some work from it, and it's kept me busy. You know what I mean? It's something I get to do because I love it. So with that, like I said, I got that. It says I'm going to go for it. So I entered. I spent my money. I sent it off. I received a notification back right away. Hey, thanks for entering. Tell your friends about it, yada, yada. All the big, hey, here, look at our contest sort of things. And, hey, here are the judges that'll be listening to your music. And they had some pictures of some celebrity artists and things that, hey, this looks good. Wow, I'm going to enter. Man, I got a chance. So, like I said, the date that they were going to notify people, according to that, had came and went, and I says, well, okay, I guess first time out, it wasn't going to make it. And it's funny because the date I entered was January 11th, which was like an extended deadline. The date that they were supposed to notify was January 23rd, 1, 2, 3. So it was like, oh, wow, that's kind of cosmic. So, that came and went. I didn't hear anything. I checked my email. I even waited a few days, and then I finally went back to the site and said, well, hey, what's going on? I looked, and sure enough, they had winners and finalists listed. And what there was this, there's a songwriting contest. You enter your music for your lyrics. It's the song of the year. And what they do is they put it, through the panel. People listen to it. They figure out if they like it. Well, after missing that deadline, I was kind of down, saying, "Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have wasted my money. I could have, that was a night bar tab or something. I could have bought a module for my new H5 or a cord or something. I could have used it for something more tangible, something that I can actually hold, rather than sending money to someone who I have no idea who they are, in hopes that they may come back and say, 'We like your song.'" It's a shot in the dark. It's like shooting doing bow and arrows at night in pitch black. You don't know what you're aiming at. You don't know what you're going to hit. You're lucky if you hit something. You're aiming in a general direction. So that was kind of cool. So like I said, I sent that off, kind of gave up on it, kind of moved on. Yesterday, I was sitting around and had a conversation with my mom, and we were talking for a while. And the cool thing is, actually, she came and anyway, hold on. Let me backtrack. While talking to her, I got an email that I wasn't able to check. So after finishing that conversation, I decided to go look and see my check my emails, and I had an email from, of all places, Song of the Year. So I said, "Oh, okay, here's the notification. At least for that money, I felt that I should have at least got hey, you didn't win, but come on, try again next year. Hey, just because you didn't win this time out doesn't mean that a pep talk or something. At least convince me that I spent my money, and that kind of make me feel that it wasn't in vain." Well, they one-upped it. They were a little late getting back to me because apparently, although I wasn't a finalist, I didn't win, but it's nice enough that I guess the song lyrics, or the song that I had entered, had garnered enough attention and was appreciated enough that I got a runner-up. So they were kind enough to put a little page up that just kind of mentions it and things. And yeah, probably for most your average person, yeah, runner-up really doesn't mean much. For me, it does. And the reason it does is because I've written for years. I've sold songs. I've given songs away. I've written for myself. I've made money off of songs, but kind of in different ways. Well, this is my first accolade of an outside party. This isn't a friend telling me they like my song. This isn't a family member saying, "Hey, keep going." This isn't my mom saying, "You got to do it, baby," or grandma, telling me to keep on doing it for her. It's none of that, because those things, they're for the love. Your family's going to tell you what they think you need to hear, because if they truly support you, they're not going to want to hurt you. So they're not going to want to hurt your feelings and tell you something, negative that's going to lead to perhaps throwing you off. Now, with that, understand, I know friends and family, and know that most of them probably don't fit into that category. So, anyway, with that, like I said, being a songwriter and trying to establish myself more, the nice thing is that now I have at least one accolade if I don't accomplish others. Yeah, you'll have to excuse my phone there. Unfortunately, it likes to react, and if you touch it, there's problems. Like, I started the podcast, unfortunately, before turning things off, and right now I'm trying to use my portable gear. I have my full home studio rig that I have that's always ready to go, that I actually use to do my recording. I'm trying to test and check my home rig. So I have a mini rig, what I call my mini rig. What that is basically my phone, a set of headphones, and an iRig mic cast. If you're not familiar with that, that's, I forget the company. It's like IK Multimedia or something like that. But they do a lot of stuff. iMixer, iRig. They've got a bunch of different things that they do for the iPod. I was in my Walmart the other day grabbing some cords and just some random things that I kind of needed, some splitters and just some junk. Stuff that I just kind of needed to have in my case in case I needed to patch something or extend a headphone or something minor, little stuff, not a big deal. And I came across this iRig mic cast. I saw this thing years ago, and I was like considering buying it because I was like, yeah, if I want inspiration comes quick. I don't want to have to break out all the equipment, wait for it to power up, click into on my laptop. If I want to record, I've got to start up my DAW, my digital audio workstation, and I got to wait for that. So if I'm just on the verge and working on something at this very moment right here, the second that I start that up and I'm waiting for that to go, I may do something else. I'm easily distracted. So if I don't get to that, I may end up with something else. And then it's like, well, what was I just trying to record? So by the time I'm open and have it ready to go, sometimes the inspiration is gone. It just goes that quick. Not to say that I can't continue with work, but that actual idea is no longer in the queue. So now, considering that, like I said, I'm using my HTC phone. I have an HTC One. I love it. It's been through, been through a lot. I had the M8. I've got the I had the M7, excuse me. I have the M8 now. It's probably about time for me to upgrade, and I'm just not sure what I want because this thing has been a workhorse when it works properly. So when I'm on the road and have inspiration to do a podcast, a show, an interview, I need the ability to do that quickly. Hence the mini rig. So with this mic, it's a really sensitive mic. It's got a high-low, so you can, if you're kind of directly up on it, and I've been testing that out, which is why I'm doing these smaller shows, so that when I'm doing an interview or something bigger, I don't have to worry about those issues. I already know the capabilities. Just because it says it on paper, if you're not using it and it's not second nature for you, it's not going to matter. You know what I mean? You're going to fumble around or you're not going to use it because you don't understand it or it's just not available. So that's what we're doing here. Another add-on to the kit, the process, the whole setup is my new Zoom H5, which, I've got some issues with the company that I bought it from. I bought it used. It was a great price, but they decided to overcharge me for shipping and send me an envelope with a with a recording device inside of it, as if, jostling it couldn't cause any problems. So go Logic there. They're a used instrument store, and I won't call them out. I won't say the name currently. I mean, if I change my mind, I will. I'm considering writing a review because I think that is really ridiculous after all I went through for it, and, whatever. So I do have the Zoom H5, which I'm also able. I have some lav mics, some lapel pin mics, lavaliers. You can clip, the clip-ons. I've got my XLR stuff, my usual, my old stage mic, and, various splitters and things for monitoring, so I could, record my interviews and stuff live. So I have a nice little setup, and it's growing and growing and growing. I'm always looking for new stuff to add to it and take stuff that doesn't work and to upgrade those pieces, such as mics and things. So bear with me because it's all going to be great, and that's what all of these are, but they still contain content. So back to the message at hand. The idea of this show and the reason that it's here is because, like I said, I got runner-up. Well, that runner-up came from a song called Bowing Down that I wrote with a band that I was a part of for, it was at least a few years. I couldn't put a number on it unless I sat down, and I'm not going to waste your time while I try to remember. The nice thing about that band is there was 5 of us, and everybody kind of wrote their own part. So it was kind of like having 5 geniuses. So every person does their one part. So it's like, this person is the left arm. That's all that person does. So this is a very strong left arm. This person is the right leg. This right leg is very strong. Don't get in the way because it will kick your ass. That's kind of how this was. We were all kind of appendages, and together, we came together, and these are the things that we created. This song, Bowing Down, there were some things going on when I wrote it, as far as the country, as far as other countries that were taking advantage, terrorism and different things. Those things were just affecting me, and I wasn't happy. So I wrote this song. The reason the song is great isn't because I wrote it. It's because I wrote it with 5 great